So welcome back, guys. Oh, my alarm's just going. Give me one sec. Hang on, let me just put my timer on. Okay, so it's been another couple weeks since I last posted a video. I hope you're all well. How are you doing? Write something in the comments below to let me know how you're all doing. I absolutely love seeing all your comments and just like having this communication with you all. Yeah, it's just really lovely to have any sort of like tips or advice from fellow bakers around the world, and just see people pop up on Instagram, and everybody's so lovely and so kind. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to you all for supporting my small business so far from like all around the world. It's really awesome. And even somebody from Texas ordered 4 loaves to donate to the food bank a few days ago, and I just think that's so cool that somebody all the way over in America is kind and so generous enough to do that for not only my small business but also for people who really need that extra food and that extra support from my local food bank. So I actually sent them off yesterday, which was lovely, to the food bank, so they should be going to a new home soon.
It's about what is the mechanism for that? How exactly is it that the body keeps the score?
Wanted to check in because a couple exciting things have happened since I last spoke with you. So first thing is, my new bike has finally arrived, and oh my goodness, it is so gorgeous. It is so much fun, and it means that I can now employ somebody to do my deliveries for me. Not all the time, just on Fridays, but still, wow, it's been a game changer. And it's such a fantastic marketing tool as well, because you're cycling along, you know, like in South London, and then somebody's like, oh, what's that? What's that strange looking bike? And then they see that it's Lily's Loaf Micro Bakery, and then they might want to order some bread from me or some cookies or something like that. As of last week, my friend's boyfriend did the deliveries for me, and it just meant that I could focus on my bakes in the morning for my Friday deliveries, and then I could do my market prep in the afternoon for Saturday market. And it was brilliant, and it took off such a weight off my shoulders, I can't even tell you. So he was back, he started about 10 in the morning, was back at 2:30. And normally I'm not leaving until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's absolutely brilliant. And so yeah, so I think that's going to be a thing for the future, and I might have him and maybe another person to rotate, just when they can't do a Friday one time. But I must say, I am at a stage now where I'm quite daunted about the future of Lily's Loaf. Maybe not daunted, maybe more like overwhelmed, just about like scaling up and where I want to go next, and my new direction, and if I want to rent a little unit space in London, like a workspace area, and have a bigger space, perhaps with another oven, perhaps with another mixer, but then obviously that's a huge investment on top of monthly rent. Or if I want to stay here in my home for a little bit longer and focus on deliveries in the local area at this kind of scale for another year, and then if I move into a hospitality space, like an actual storefront, cafe, bakery space further along down the line. I just don't know, and it's so hard, and I've been quite conflicted about it all, but I think I need to just focus on like this stage right now and focus on building up my customer base in this area and focus on the deliveries and the markets, and just go really slowly and like walk before I can run sort of thing. So yeah, and that's the thing with like running your own business, there's nobody really to guide you in that sense through it and to kind of show you, oh well, this would be the best way. for you, because everything's new and everything's different. And I think that's where I'm kind of struggling a little bit mentally at the moment, just like where I want it to go next, because obviously you see like other small businesses growing so quickly throughout lockdown, and going from like dining rooms to bakeries to that, you know, just so quickly. And then employing a whole new team and all of these things. And yeah, I don't think, I mean, I know I could do it because I'm quite determined, and when I set my mind on something, I will do it. But I don't think I necessarily want to move at that pace right now. So yeah, that's the sort of thing really that's going on in my head right now. But it's all going really well, that's the thing. And I think actually my next stage is probably, like I mentioned in my last video, taking some time to get some work experience in a professional bakery and getting inspired by other bakers and just having that like professional knowledge and just the workflows and where things are stored and just, you know, like how they function as a business. I think that's what I need next. And I think I'm going to focus on doing that in January, in like the new year, and taking some time off Lily's Loaf for a couple weeks at least. I did a market on the weekend, which was very lovely. It was pretty chilled actually. Definitely one of the quieter markets. It was up at Streatham Rookery. And then I've got a market, the Christmas market, coming this weekend at Appear Here. Oh, it's hosted by Appear Here. A pretty big deal actually. They messaged me on Instagram and they asked if I wanted to hold a stall, and I was like, yes, please. So I will be doing their Christmas market at Deptford Market Yards this Saturday, 27th of November. If any of you guys are around, it's from I think 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So definitely come along. So I've just kind of been preparing or buying like loads of mince pie trays and all the mince meat supplies. Let me show you actually quickly, that might be fun. So this is my mince pie supplies in here. So I ordered this from a company called Whole Foods online. Brilliant company. I get a lot of my seeds from their psyllium husk for my gluten-free bread. Always been really impressed with them. Now, let me just open up the door actually because I'm kind of choking on the smoke. So, yeah, in here I have ordered... Let me just get it down on the floor actually. So heavy. Okay. Right. So. I feel like a proper YouTuber now doing this unboxing thing. So, soft dark brown sugar. Single cut mixed peel. Raisins, 2.5 kilos. Currants, mixed spice. Cinnamon powder. More currants, more dark brown sugar. More raisins. Nutmeg. Sultanas under there. So yeah, it's absolutely awesome, and I was ready to make a whole batch yesterday, and then I realised that I'd forgotten brandy, and I was so annoyed with myself. Here are my loaves of the day, guys. They're looking pretty expansive today, actually, I must say. I think I definitely potentially overdeveloped the gluten, but they're looking pretty good, you know. I think I'd be happy if I received that. I'm gonna start selling a 100% whole grain wild farmed loaf. I don't know if I've spoken to you guys about Wild Farm, but basically I got invited to my first ever Lily's Loaf event just last week actually. It was a week ago today, and it was a film screening and pizza party hosted by a new company called Wild Farmed, and they are so cool. They are a regenerative farming method and flower supply company based in the Cotswolds. It's founded by this guy called Andy Cato, who used to be in a band called Groove Armada, you might have heard of. He essentially started up this company after he was reading a magazine when he was on tour, which said, if you don't like the system, don't depend on it. So he went away, bought a farm in France, and I think 99% of it was unorganic and full of chemicals and loads of pesticides, and only 0.5% of it was pure organic soil, which just is madness, really. So I think that was a whole process, trying to nourish that soil and get it back to really healthy organic soil. And so throughout the course of, I'm sure it was many years, I'm probably getting this all wrong, but you can look up their ethos and their story because it's fantastic. But they now have this farming method where they grow wildflowers and plants, and they graze cattle on the fields where they're also growing wheat. So it means that the soil is not only really nourished and the wheat is really nutritious, but it also sinks the carbon from the air because the soil is so healthy. So you think a lot of the time, oh, I'm going to plant like X amount of trees and that's going to sink the carbon. No, it's actually apparently the soil, which is so cool. So they've developed this method and also this beautiful flour, which is stone milled as well, which means all of the goodness of the wheat grain is locked into that flour, which is fantastic, but it's delicious, and that's the most important thing for me, because I want to eat really lovely food that's really delicious, but it's also good that it is good for you as well, and that your body can absorb all of that goodness from the wheat grain, which makes a lot of sense, and probably what us humans were doing way back when, before the Industrial Revolution and before all of these like new processes were put in place to make things faster and to produce more and all of these things. So anyway, that's what Wild Farmed are doing, and I was invited to their event last week and it was so cool. They had like so much pizza going. We could pick up like a loaf and a goodie bag, and I had a meeting with one of their lovely team a couple weeks ago actually, just to learn more about their process, and it's just so exciting what they're doing, and they're working with a lot of big bakeries in London like Jolene, Big Joe, Sourdough Sophia, Pophams, like you name it, they're there. And yeah, I'm just really keen to try their 100% whole grain flour, because you might know I do a seedy loaf as well, a seedy spelt loaf, but I'm actually so nervous about it, and I think, I've tried different methods. I've tried putting it in the tin, but the seeds just go everywhere, and for me as a brand which is essentially allergy friendly and trying to reduce that risk of cross-contamination, seeds, especially sesame seeds, are a nightmare to control. So I think I'm going to take it off the menu soon and introduce the Wild Farmed 100% whole grain loaf. I'm so excited for it already. So that is the plan, guys, and I've been rambling for 7 minutes now, so I need to get back to my final bakes and then I need to hit the road at some stage. But yeah, I'm kind of like really excited, but also like still waking up and a little bit delirious. Do you guys ever get like that? But yeah, I feel like I have a lot on my plate and I never really know like which way to direct it, and I'm very much like a list person and I love to have my list, but I still feel like it's never ending and I've got so much to do, but I'm so excited. And yeah, I'm gonna stop chatting now and I will check in later. Back from my deliveries and it's about 2:30 now, so it took about 2 hours to do the deliveries today, which wasn't too bad. I think I'm going to sign off here because I'm going to edit this video and then I'm going to need to order a few more bits in for my mince pies and just do a little bit of admin, maybe write a newsletter early instead of doing it tomorrow. And I want to start doing like Christmas thank you cards and thinking of like little things that I can do to say thank you to all of my customers who have ordered this year in my first year. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you as always for your support and your really lovely comments. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe and like the video. You know what to do. Write in the comment section below what you want to see from my YouTube channel. Like what sort of videos do you want to see in the future? What side of my business do you want to see more of? Do you want to see more of like baking side where I might do like a tutorial or just like, you know, showing what I'm doing? Do you want to see more of like the marketing side? Do you want to see like branding or more deliveries or more market stalls? What do you want to see? Maybe more of like the paperwork and all of that stuff for small businesses. Don't know. But yeah, write in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see more of. And yeah, hopefully I can answer your questions. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.